Hello, my name is David Sanders. I'm in this Understanding Communications class, and I'm doing a speech on persuasive communication. Now, why persuasive communication? Uh, because as a student, as someone that was in ministry, student ministry, we're constantly having to use informative communication and persuasive communication. And honestly, going into this speech, I picked persuasive because I've been gripped for the past couple years on this idea of preaching the gospel. And I want to tie it in with persuasive because choosing how to preach and speak the gospel to people that are lost, speaking the gospel to people that don't know as much. Uh, I like to use persuasive. I was gripped with this because a couple of years ago I went to a big, huge conference where there was like thousands of people from the Church of God, and it was called General Assembly. Well, after the thing was over, the conference was over on one of the nights, we all were leaving, and me and a friend of mine that I was with did not have our cars, and we took a taxi on the way there. And so afterwards, we decided there was a little spot off the side of the road where there was a bunch of bicyclers that rode, and they had like seats in the back or platform that elevated where you can sit, and they just drive you so you can experience the breeze and everything. Well, right. We decided, you know what? Let's not take the taxi. Let's take one of these bicyclers and just get to know the bicycler. Well, we're going, and we get to this guy, and we're like, "Oh, hi, are you available?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, sure, come on." And we got on, and we started driving to our hotel. Well, as we were driving on our hotel, the guy was like, "Oh, what is this conference?" And we're like, "Oh, it's called General Assembly. Where thousands of people in the Church of God come around, and And so basically, telling him everything that we were there for. And he was like, "Oh, so you guys are Christian?" And we're like, "Yes, yes, we are. Yes, we are." He's like, "Oh, well, I don't really believe in that stuff." And we're like, "Oh, that's okay. Like, Jesus loves you. And, Jesus is there for you, and He's been there for." And we're just talking to him, and he was like, "Why do you guys believe what you believe?" And so we decided, me as someone that was in ministry, I can either take the affirmative approach and just give facts and just really educate him on Jesus and who He is, but someone that is very personable, I wanted to take the persuasive, communicative approach and just really tell stories and just really, really take the take the relationship approach to this topic. And I'm a big storyteller, which is obviously why I'm involved in student ministry. And I told him, Jesus loves you, but this is why. And that's something that I realize in having communication, persuasive communication, is being able to talk and being able to communicate by sharing opinions, not just stating facts, which is obviously what a speech of sort is, but having the passion and the zeal and also the opinions behind that as well. I saw a Merriam-Webster says when you look up persuasive, when I think of persuasive communication, I think of the root word persuade. Persuade is a process in which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system or signs of behavior. Um, and then I saw on the Lumen website, I looked up what is persuasive communication. It's a persuasive speech which intends to persuade the audience to adopt the position or of the speaker. You want to know your audience. In order to be persuasive, the form or content of the speech is taken into account. So basically, you want to convince someone to agree to or accept something, and that's basically what I would be doing in this situation. So in my context, I told the guy, I was like, "This is why Jesus loves Jesus loves you, and this is why. Jesus has been there for me personally, and here's why. Here are the different things that God has done for me to show me why He loves me so. Um, and I told the guy, I was like, "This is what He's done for me. This is how He's backed me up. This is how He's provided for me when no one else has. This is why this is love." And then the discussion of I went into discussion of how I view Him, the comforts, and gave examples. So honestly, persuasive communication is for me how I like to relate things when it comes to the gospel, and relating to people of sort is how I feel like this generation needs to do, and how I feel that they should do. So thank you.